Hey everybody, Alex Radioactive here, and I like to shake. No, it's your favorite doggo here, and we're talking about today Gateway Fur Meet 2022. I went to this con this year, and it's my home con. I go every year that they have a con. COVID sucks and kind of run everything for a couple years there. Go figure. Just wanted to tell you guys, I had a blast at Gateway Fur Meet. No issues with the con. I mean, there was two issues over the whole weekend, but they were not con related. They were actually non-con related issues. So I have nothing really to dog the con for. I know that's I know like every other con I've went to, there's always been something. If I had to dog them for anything, it was the fact that the staff was so short that I didn't get enough hugs. hmm There we go. We're gonna dog them for that. You hear that, Gateway for me? We're dogging you because you didn't give me enough hugs, and that's illegal. So next year, I'm a wooing all over your con ops and um, registration. Yep, we're gonna woo all over it, and I'm going to start it, and you can't do nothing about it. I'm going to woo anyways. That's what you get. Not giving me enough hugs. Mm. Mm. But anyways, back on topic here because I'm cute, and I don't want to get the con too mad at me because they know one of them knows where I live, so he might come kick my butt. But anyways, I had fun at the con. Um, I did. If I had to make a suggestion to them in the future with anything, I would honestly say maybe don't put panels next door to Floor Wars and the dance comp, mainly because I was involved with one of the panels. I attended one of the panels. I wasn't involved, but I attended one of the panels that was next to one of those, and it was really hard to talk over the music. So maybe during Floor Wars and Dance Comp, maybe no panels next door to it during that time might be a good idea. Again, I don't know. Maybe they had to. I'm just I'm just saying future reference. But overall, I did have a wonderful con. My panel went great. My panel raised some money for the charity, which was the first time I've ever hosted a panel that did that, and it went great. So, yay! Maybe we can do it again in the future. Um, the only really complaints I would have, like I said, I would have to say would be the kids that weren't involved with the furry fandom that were trying to constantly sneak into the convention space. Hotel, it just seemed like the hotel really wasn't, you know, trying to think how to describe it. Um, I'm just gonna say I'm not even gonna say the hotel. I'm gonna say the kids' coaches and parents and guardians or whatever should have kept a whole, kept a shorter leash on their kids. Not only because it's a furry convention, but even if this was a rock band or we'll say any other kind of convention that it could be a Comic Con, whatever. Some of the people that dress up their cosplays, their fursuits, their whatever, cost a lot of money, and these kids, not knowing much about the furry fandom, could very well cause a whole bunch of expensive damage to you know fursuits and stuff. So that would be my biggest issue. Now, again, this is at every freaking con there is. There's always going to be kids there that are part of the fandom, and those kids normally know how to respect a fursuiter and not just run up and grab their tail and start yanking and pulling. But overall, the con went great. We had no problems. Definitely didn't have a individual doing something he shouldn't have been doing in um, Diller's Den. If you get the reference from recent things that happened at another con, you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. Please do not put it in the comments. If people don't know, they don't need to know. We'll just leave that out. I'm just referencing it for the joke, the joke for the people that do know, because I have to be that guy. But Gateway Pets, I think, was the charity, and like I said, we raised over $5,000 for them throughout the weekend, which was wonderful. And yeah, I really had a blast at Gateway for me. I have no complaints. Now, that's really about the best way to review it. I mean, it's a smaller con, so if you're like me and you don't like always like going to the big cons where there's like thousands and thousands of people that are literally walking, you know, shoulder to shoulder trying to get places. I know I can't really show it here very well, but it's a relaxing con, and I would like to see where this con goes. I know they're planning on putting new stuff in the future into the channel. Again, Scooby, Kiara, Nico, uh, rest of the staff, and higher ups, volunteers definitely, because volunteers are important. We'll get on that in a second. Um, yes, thank you guys all for a wonderful con. From Alex, I know the people that roomed with me, Citrine and Snowflake, as well as everybody I talked to, had a wonderful weekend, and you guys made it worthwhile. Now, talking about staff and volunteers, guys, this is a serious thing I want to talk about, and this isn't only for Gateway Fur Meet. This is for any con. Definitely cons right now with everything that's been going on the last few years. There's a lot of cons that are short staffed and short on volunteers. You know, this is the way I look at it, and I'm just going to be upfront and honest with you. If you go to a con and you really enjoy going to the con, like Gateway Fur Meet for me is like one of my favorite cons. Maybe see if you can volunteer or work your way up to staff, in the future with a con, because here's the thing. Some cons do have perks. Like with Gateway Fur Meet, one of their perks if you are a volunteer is if you work 10 hours throughout the whole convention. And I know that sounds like a lot of time. 10 hours, that's like, it's 10 hours. I mean, it could be one whole day, but if you divide it up like in segments, like work 2 hours here, a couple hours here, so that way you can still have fun at the con. Like with Gateway for Me, one of the perk that they give you for volunteering 10 hours is your next year's registration is free. That's 100, or not 100, or that's like $50 you get to save for the next con. I forget how much it was. I think I always super sponsor so for that con, because I mean it's $150 to super sponsor, so I always do that. And even when I do, like in the past when I was a volunteer or staff, I never really made them give me the free, because I'd rather just volunteer and be part of the con and help out. Because if you're doing it just for the perks, one, you're going to get burnt out on it and you're not going to want to do it. Two, you know, if you are a person that it makes it easier for you to afford the con, volunteer. You spend 10 hours working throughout the week. I don't know about most people. I'm always there Thursday to Monday. So, if you get there early, you can get hours in early and you help the con out. Like, not telling you what to do, but volunteering really does help cons out. And I'd love to see a lot more people volunteer. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't know how to do much, or I've never done this. Well, the thing about volunteering is you can door check. And they will have you at a door and let you look at badges all day long. And it's a good way to meet people too. Um, you can be a door checker. They will teach you how to do more stuff if there's other stuff that they think you can do. So, guys, definitely check out volunteering with any con. And if you come to Gateway Fur Meet, if you volunteer for Gateway Fur Meet, and this is from me, this isn't from the con. If you volunteer for Gateway Fur Meet in the future, I will guarantee you a big, fluffy hug. I will give you the biggest hug possible from this pupper if you volunteer. I know it's not a whole lot, but yes. Um, Guys, I would love to see more volunteers for my con as well as others. Like I said, it just helps the con out, and you get to be part of the con, and you're not just an attendee of the con. And trust me, when you get to be a part of some cons, like some bigger cons like MFF, when you become part of that con, you get to see how things work in the con, and you really see how much goes into it, and then it makes your eyes open to what the cons are really like, and makes you respect your cons as well as other cons a lot more, I think, is the other thing there. I don't know why my eyes keep looking over that way. It's like there's something over there. I almost want to just kind of run over there and see what's over there now. But I don't have eye tracking yet. I need a new VR set. That's on the list. But guys, Gateway for me was a wonderful con. I literally just going to keep repeating myself on how wonderful this con is at this point. But yes, definitely check out volunteering for it next year. 2023, I am going to say in 2023, I am doing something no one on this channel has ever seen me do. It's a surprise for now. I'm not releasing it. All I'm gonna say is if you ever wanted to go to a con and hang out with me, 2023 Gateway Fur Meet is the con to come see me because there's something gonna happen at that con that no one is going to expect. But I know what it is, but I'm not telling you. Not yet. Patreon members will get to know when it gets closer to that time, which we're still way out before that happens. But still, check out the Patreon. It really helps me out. Um, but yes, guys, I love you all. Stay fluffy, and definitely check out Gateway Fur Meet. And you never know, you may get to see me